Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this. I just discovered. Apologies again for the background noise. This right here is super important. So this is your audio MIDI setup in the MacBook. And you'll look here, the MacBook Pro microphone has a the input portion is 32-bit float, 48,000 hertz, right? And you can see it's set at this value with all this extra gain, up to 12 dB of gain. And it's set about 591, I think is what we just saw. Somewhere around there. So honestly, I didn't even think about this. Now you're hearing me currently through the Rode NT USB. So if you look at the Rode NT USB, it is 24-bit Integra. But that doesn't mean much to me. The 32, I think, is just so that it doesn't clip the audio coming in from it. But if you look, they're the same format for the most part. But here's what's different. Look at the dB. So if I set it to where the MacBook was, it was on a dB of 12. You can't even hardly hear me. Well, this thing, I can turn it up to 35. I could go up to 40. Now it starts clipping and distorting a little bit. But I think 35 is a good number. So I didn't even realize I could have just, on the input for the MacBook Pro microphone, I could have just went in and turned the volume up. So let's take a look at this. So right now you can see where it's pushing the volume out. So let me mute this mic. I'm going to turn on the microphone for the MacBook, and we'll test it this way too. Hold on. Okay, so this is the mic for the MacBook. Now let's pull up the volume on it and increase it. And I think if we get it to 12 dB with a 32-bit float, we have a pretty substantial amount of volume, and there's no clipping or any, well, it just clipped a little bit there. I mean, I'm standing a good foot away from it. So obviously the more I lean in, the cleaner the sound's gonna be. But if I'm doing something with the keyboard, it's going to be very hard. And when I mean keyboard, I'm talking about an actual music keyboard, not the QWERTY keyboard. It's going to be very hard for me to play with this thing super close. I'm going to need a good foot backwards so that I can have enough room to record. But I didn't even realize that I could just turn the dB up. And now you can see the volume is pumping way better than it was. So I could have just saved myself some money, but now we're going to find out. If the Rode is still cleaner, then that's a big difference. So let's turn this one off and go back to the Rode. So now we're back on the Rode, and I feel like the Rode is definitely louder now because I turned it up. It being 24-bit, I'm not going to get the what I got from the MacBook Pro where it doesn't clip. So I'm going to have to be more conscious of that and try not to make too much extra noises and things of that nature, because both mics now I think are capable of getting the volume up. That I think is obsolete. And it's more at this point about which one sounds better. Does the Rode sound better, or does the MacBook Pro sound better? Now the MacBook Pro is picking up a wider range due to the fact that I believe there might be two microphones on this computer, this MacBook M1. And so I think it's picking up from both sides to be able to give you that clarity Let me look at it one more time. Yeah, and then I mean the fact that it has the 32-bit float is huge. So I don't have to worry about the sound clipping. Because that was a big issue. If sound clips, then we're going to have a problem. Because you're going to have distorted audio always. So let me know on this video, since this is the update, what do you think? Which one is better? Now that we got some volumes raised and the volume is not an issue anymore. What family running through the hallways? Okay. So tell me which one you think is cleaner and just overall better. All right. Appreciate you guys' help. I'll have more videos.